With the recent changes to the monk in the pre-patch and this class now being boostable to level 85 beside the new race pandas, then I've decided to update my preparation guide. So you can now use this if you're going to boost a monk yourself or if you're going to level 1. The first thing I would recommend you to do, and this is no matter if you're going to boost a character or level 1, is basically to prepare profession kits. So buying all the materials you'll need to speed level the professions you choose. In my opinion, engineering is a must-have. You'll benefit from the epic goggles for all the different specializations. You will also get different glove enchants, for example one increasing your dodge if you plan to play tank, and another one increasing your primary stat, useful for healer and also DPS. And don't forget the rocket boots that increases your movement speed by a high amount for a short duration. Super useful when you're going to do challenge mode dungeons and hopefully get your gold mode set. You should also start buying all the different heirloom items you plan to use for your leveling sets. You can purchase these in Stormwind City and Orgrimmar at your Justice Heirloom Quartermaster, but there's also going to be other items you can purchase for Honor. These can be purchased in the same main cities at the Honor Heirloom Quartermaster. Another amazing thing is that you can actually pre-stack 4000 Honor and Justice points on another character, and in the pre-patch we can now upgrade all our heirloom items, making them work all the way up to level 85. On top of this, there's also going to be a new heirloom staff for those of you planning to level as Brewmaster. This will also be fairly expensive, but then again, by preparing these currencies, you can that way also upgrade these items immediately. The most important thing will of course be to upgrade the shoulders and chest, as those items increases your experience gained. What you would also like to do is to enchant your heirloom helms with different head enchants. These will no longer be purchasable in the pre-patch. In other words, if you manage to enchant your heirloom helms before the pre-patch, then you can also take advantage of these enchants in the pre-patch and even in Mist of Pandaria. For those of you wondering, yeah, it is going to be important to enchant your heirloom items because it will increase your character's performance by a high amount, especially during low levels. For those of you not boosting a monk to 85, then you will also need to purchase all the different riding skills, which can be pretty expensive if you have not played the game for a long time and therefore doesn't have a ton of gold. For those of you with a lot of leftover time, level up archaeology, and the moment you can start digging in Howling Fjord in Northrend, you should be doing so. Here you can solve different things and at some point also unlock this insane level 71 epic axe. The item level is close to twice as high compared to anything else you can get at this level, which makes it absolutely broken and why you can speed level from here. Talking about speed leveling, make sure to also pre-install an add-on that scans for rare creatures, as these are granting you a ton of experience. I'm also going to use a leveling guide, and the one I'll be using will even scan for these rare creatures, but also show the best possible quest for me to be doing to quickly reach level 85 in the pre-patch, and then I can continue to use it in Mist of Pandaria to also quickly reach level 90. There's a lot more information, and this can be found in the description below this video, where there's also going to be a redirect link to where you can download and test it out for free. I've also stored a lot of items on another character, which I will then be sending to my upcoming monk. For example, enchanting scrolls that I can apply to items I'm getting as I'm leveling up, but also because all enchants no longer has an item level or a level requirement, so you can for example apply mongoose to your heirloom weapons, but you will need to wait for the pre-patch to arrive. You should also try to get your hands on the epic Geld tabard, as you can send this to your upcoming monk and that way get Geld reputations even quicker to unlock the green, rare and even epic version of the Geld cloak you can use to teleport to Stormwind City or Orgrimmar. During the Dark Moon event, there's also a couple of quests you can begin and instantly hand in for a high amount of experience. You can see those quest names here, and they begin at level 15, so it's a great way to get some decent experience, and then you can get back to questing or dungeon farming. I've also prepared many different consumables, healing potions for when I'm low on health so I don't end up dying or don't have to spend as much time regening health through food. I've also got myself swiftness potions, so when I get to level 5 I can run around a lot quicker until I get my mount at level 20. Invisibility potions if there's a lot of creatures you would like to skip to instantly pick up a quest item, and water breathing elixirs when I'm doing quest in the water. You can also buy different food types that will grant you a food buff for around 1 hour. But be aware, when you go to the monk area in the pre-patch, there's also going to be an NPC where you can buy different food that provides you with a food buff. But what will be pretty important to purchase is different elixirs of agility. There's quite a few as you are leveling up, but it is the best stat for a Windwalker and Brewmaster Monk, which is why you should also be getting these elixirs. On top of this, you can also get different flasks when you reach level 75, or well, I will start using flask when I reach level 75. And then when I get to level 80, I can use the Cataclysm flask that increases my agility, and also a potion that will increase your agility by 1200 for a short amount of time. Useful if you're also using other cooldowns and doing huge AoE pulls. Because there's not going to be Earlham slots for every single armor slot in the game, then I've also started buying different rare items, for example gloves, feet and even legs, as you won't be able to get the Earlham legs in the pre-patch anyway, so these things will also increase your leveling speed. You should also look out for items with sockets. Why? Because we can use Wrath of the Lich King epic gems in these, and those will also improve our character's performance. In Cataclysm, they introduced rare items at level 78, allowing us to use these as we are leveling in Wrath of the Lich King content. And because the item level is so high, then they are even better than endgame Wrath of the Lich King level 80 epics. What does this mean? Well, when you reach level 78, you can then start soloing Wrath of the Lich King dungeons and quickly reach level 81 or 82. But what if I told you you can do this one level prior? It's something I've not really seen anyone else mention, but if you go to the auction house and browse through level 77 green items, then you can sometimes find item level 272 equipment. These items drop in Cataclysm or are crafted by different professions, but because you can use these at this level, well, then you can also one-shot many things in Wrath of the Lich King content, allowing you to speed level. Is there anything else you could buy? Well, bags, so you can send these and you don't end up struggling with inventory space when you're going to level up your fresh character. In the beginning, I will also enchant my boots with minor speed so I can run around a bit quicker until I unlock my mount at level 20. I've also got different leg armors that I can enchant on my legs at level 50, 60, 70 and also at level 80. I've also seen other people claim you can use these leg armors on another character and then use them on legs in the pre-patch and send this to your monk. No, this is not the case, it will still cause them to be soulbound. Therefore, my plan is just to keep these leg armors for when I reach the required level on my monk, and then I will be enchanting my own legs. I've also bought level 85 epics so I can gear up my character a bit quicker in the pre-patch, and that way also have better gear when I'm going to level up in the beginning of Mist of Pandaria. And those epic items should not be replaced until you reach level 87. In the beginning I also mentioned buying profession kits, but you can also buy items so you can quickly level up your archaeology. Why? Well, it won't really benefit you much in the pre-patch, but when we're getting into Mist of Pandaria, you will then also be able to solve different things and unlock new high item level equipment that you can use when you're leveling up from level 85, but also at max level, as the item level is equal to what you will also be getting in heroic dungeons. Soon I will also release my monk leveling guide, which you can also use in the pre-patch, but also when you're going to level up to level 90. In that video I'll compare the different specializations, talk about different tips and tricks, where I'll be leveling at certain levels, and of course also what talents I'll be picking, and many other things. So if you're interested in knowing more about this upcoming video, then I would also highly recommend you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post this video. On my channel you can also find a lot of other useful Mist of Pandaria guides, so make sure to check those out. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace.